which leads us to Photoshop. So Photoshop has two new AI features. They have generative fill and generative expand. So let's look at, those are basically in and out painting. So Photoshop generative fill gives you the ability to outpaint an image or inpaint an image. So when you outpaint, you're basically using the crop tool to extend the image bigger than it really is. Inpainting replaces something inside the image. Here's a real practical example. I took this picture of a common myna bird, and he was sitting on a rain gutter. And it's not exactly a natural looking picture. And it was the only place I was able to photograph him. So I liked the way he was looking at me, but he was on a rain gutter. So where I would prefer to see him is on a tree trunk, or a tree branch. So what I did was I did a generative fill on the rain gutter, and I basically took the lasso tool. I highlighted the rain gutter, and you don't have to be really precise with this. You don't have to be exact. And I didn't want to lose his feet, so I left his feet there. And you can see I'm not being really, really precise, but I'm being, you notice his tail is missing, half his tail. And you're going to see that's going to show up when I generate this. And I just hit generate, and then I type in tree branch. And I hit the generate button. And at the very top of the screen, you can see a green progress bar going. It does this in the cloud. And there we go. Pretty accurate looking tree branch. There are three options. The second one wasn't so great. I don't know why there's a part of a rain gutter in there, but you see there's a third one. The third one's not bad, but I like the first one. And if I wanted to, I could regenerate it. But for the most part, you notice his tail wasn't all there originally. It was covered up by part of the rain gutter, and it filled in his tail. Also put his feet on this branch, so it looks like he's actually standing there. Generative fill is extremely powerful, extremely. You can do some really funky things with it as well, which if you stick around for the last half hour, I'll show you. So I took this image. This is a real image. But then I did a sky replacement in Photoshop. So is this a real image? Is it still my image? Then I edited it further in Photoshop. And is this my image? They all started off with a photograph, a camera-generated image. So is this image on the bottom right my image still? Well, we can take that one step further, and we can say, we have these three images that I created. But what if I take the original image and bring it into Midjourney and give it this prompt? And we get this image out of it. Is this my image? At what point do we say it's not an image? It's not a photograph. The first three probably would be allowed in most photo competitions. This last one probably wouldn't be, but can anybody tell me why? Text-to-image prompting requires very specific skills. If you just type in a bear, this is what you get in Midjourney. It's a picture of a bear. But to get really what I wanted, I had to give it this prompt. There's a huge difference between these two images. So prompting is a skill, and unlike the judge who made the assessment that a camera-generated photograph is copyrightable because a human conceived the idea of the photo. Well, I conceived the idea of this photo as well. And I had to be very specific in order to get exactly what I wanted.